Good evening, everyone. I, Lakshmi, have the honor to extend a warm welcome to our honorable guest for the day, Mr. Rajiv Malhotra. Today, we shall be reviewing his book, AI and the Future of Power, which is already creating ripples in the power corridors of New Delhi. It is indeed an honor for Dras to have the author himself while we review his masterpiece, which is more like an eye opener. Mr. Rajiv Malhotra was trained initially as a physicist and then as a computer scientist specialized in AI. After a successful corporate career in the US, he became an entrepreneur and found many IT firms spread across 20 countries. Since the early 1990s, as the founder of Infinity Foundation, he has been researching civilization and their impact and engagement with technology. He has authored several best selling books. Infinity Foundation has also published a 14-volume series on history of Indian science and technology. His latest book on AI is titled Artificial Intelligence and Future of Power Fight Battleground, in which India is a case study to analyze various impacts of AI in variety of domains. Interviewing him will be Group Captain P. Naidu, who is actually a retired Air Force officer and who later served as Additional Director General in Prasar Bharati in both Doordarshan and All India Radio. He is a member of Bar Council of Delhi, Aeronautical Society of India, Broadcast Engineering Society India, Foundation for Aviation and Sustainable Tourism, Quality Council of India, Honorary Member Advisory Board of MRO Business Today, and Adjunct Professor, Center for Aerospace and Defense Law, Nalsar University of Law. He's also the founder, director of workplace ethics startup known as Clean Exit, and one of the directors of a cybersecurity firm called ISEC. I now request Group Captain Naidu to take the discussion forward.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi. Very, very good evening, Rajiv sir. Thank you, and it's an honor that you are here with us.
Good evening. Wonderful to be with you, and I'm always interested in pointed questions, agreement, disagreement, whatever, from people who are serious readers. I know you are a serious reader, so I accepted this invite, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir. And indeed, hearty compliments on this book, Artificial Intelligence and the Future of Power, 5 Battlegrounds. Initially, when I heard of this book and when I wanted to read, I was a little hesitant because I'm a non-technical person. I was wondering whether this book will be able to retain my attention for long. Trust me, sir, this book you have really written for non-technical people more than the technical people. For the people who are interested in humanities more than the artificial intelligence and the technology part of it. My interest definitely has grown in artificial intelligence per se in its applications after reading this book, despite the fact that I am aware of certain things in cybersecurity where artificial intelligence was touching some of the points there. Coming to the book per se, very, very nicely written, 500 plus pages. What a way to describe the chapter at the beginning so that even those people who are very busy can just glance through, take out those nice little points. Of course, there are some serious issues as well you have discussed, and brushing from starting with the jobs that will be created, the jobs that will be lost, to metaphysics, individual, the human being, how he can benefit from artificial intelligence, the benefits of artificial intelligence, while speaking about the perils of misuse. Really, sir, hats off to you. Wonderful narration for a non-technical person. It's a hats off to you, and thank you very, very much for bringing out this book, sir. Timely, definitely yes.
Let's get started, and I am looking forward to your questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, coming to the first part of my questions is that to begin with, I was speaking about the two extremes that you touched. At the lowest level is jobs lost, and upskilling, reskilling that will be required, and going out to the metaphysics. While speaking of those, the positive contribution of AI as well, you use some words which are, to me, appeared strong words, some of them, some phrases like battlegrounds, some phrases like Google Devta, digital colonization. I mean, a word like moronization of masses, digital dehumanization. what is the object, sir? What is the objective of using such strong words? Is it to awaken the Indian leadership on the urgency and the need to quickly take action? Or is it pointing towards the world as a whole that yes, there's something which is disrupting everyone's life and we are not taking that particular subject seriously? Would you please speak on that, sir?
Yeah, thank you for the good question. Now, you've said that the two extremes are the two ends of the spectrum that I've covered. One is very practical, sthul sharir, physical body of jobs and infrastructure and economy. That is the sthul sharir, the physical body of the Rashtra. All the way to the other side, which is metaphysical spirituality, But I will tell you that what you have not said is the most important part, which is the middle part. In the middle, in between these two, is the psychological mental hacking of the individual. Now, that is not sthula sharir, that is the sukshma sharir, the subtle body of the nation, you might say. The subtle body of Indian public who are being psychologically hacked, mesmerized, put in awe of all this technology, and who are giving up their agency, their free will, who are going on autopilot, default mode. Social media is managing the show, telling what movie to watch and who to get married to and what holiday to go to, what shoes to buy, what religion to convert to, whether to go on a riot in front of Red Fort or wherever. So all of the mental decision making, which could be dangerous also, which could be joyful, so you can enjoy life, you can also get angry. All this management through social media, but social media is driven by algorithms. Social media is driven by algorithms, and algorithms are driven by AI. So this is very important to learn. Artificial intelligence through the algorithms is driving the social media, which is changing the behavior. So I would say that the middle between the extreme of the physical level jobs and economy on one side and the metaphysical on the other side is my favorite. Of course, I'm covering all the spectrum and I'll answer whatever questions you have, but my favorite is the middle ground. Now, in this middle ground, we are getting colonized when we are giving up our sovereignty, mental, intellectual sovereignty to these authorities elsewhere. Traditionally, we are supposed to have our own narrative, which our adhikaris, our rishis developed. We have it in our shastras. Our Shastra is not saying the same thing that Wikipedia is saying. It is not saying the same thing, that you will find in a Google search. Our Shastra is saying something, and these authorities, new social media, AI-driven authorities are saying something else. Our authorities, living authority, would be a guru. It would be parents. It would be, those kind of things. But today it is media, social media. What did Siri say? What did Alexa say? What did Google say? So therefore, it is true that they have become like the Devatas, in the sense Devata is someone you never question. Devata, you do not say based on merit, I'm evaluating, he's right on this and he's wrong on that. Devata is always right. So it is a sort of blind faith. So when we give up blind faith to these new sources of authority and information, that, because somebody is very popular on Twitter, it must be right. This thing got so many views, your video got only X views, this one got 100X views, he must be right. When you are going like that, then you are automatically treating these as the Devatas. So when I say Google Devata, Twitter Devata, Facebook Devata, Amazon Devata, and so on, I'm actually saying that our people are treating them like in the tradition we used to treat the Devatas, because these are the sources that are considered to have, we are in awe of them. We want them to like us, like we used to want the Devatas to like us. And just like we do Upasana, we do something, some ritual, some, Agama based thing to worship and for the Devata, keep him happy. Now with these digital Devatas, we do search engine optimization. We make sure that we say the right things. We don't say something that will block me. What will the expert tells you? The expert is like the new Pandit, the new priest is telling you, no, don't say like this, do like that. Put up your show on this day of the week. Put it up at such and such time of the day. You'll get more views. Make a 2-minute clip and put it on Twitter. So all these tricks, all these techniques, to impress the Devatas is how we are proceeding. So they are like a Devatas, and because we are treating them like that. And moronization means that we have become morons, in the sense that it's like a dumbed down machines are getting smarter. Machines are getting smarter, absolutely. But human beings are giving up to surrendering their own knowledge to these machines. And a lot of people come and tell me, young people especially, why we need to learn. Why? What's the point of learning all that? We'll ask Google. Sir, we'll ask Google. It'll tell us what we need to know. We can even speak and they will tell us. We go to Wikipedia, will tell us why do we need to know. So soon, you'll have a Wikipedia and a search engine, all that wireless transmitter inside you. You don't even have to then type. You just think and it'll give you the answer. So when you are heading for that, why is it I'm just ahead of my time? I don't think I'm creating an unreasonable sensation when I tell that this is how we are headed. This is where we are headed. And the reason I'm trying to do this is not to just wake up leaders, but also wake up the public. You see, the leaders are reflecting in a democracy. The leaders reflect what the public is wanting. You get the leaders that you want because that's who you vote for. So the public has to ultimately take charge because, the young people especially, this is their generation. They are the ones who are turning their sovereignty and their freedom and their agency over to these kind of devatas, digital devatas, and they are getting colonized because the kind of information and the kind of knowledge, the kind of bias being given to them is not as per their own tradition. It is whatever somebody sitting in another part of the world decides. And, so not only are the Indians, getting more and more in the control of this kind of media, which has bias, which is algorithm driven, which is AI driven. But furthermore, these are all foreign controlled. That is very amazing. Yes. Now, in the case of China, they are doing all those things with their own, not with American controlled things. They have their own Baidu and Alibaba and all of those kind of guys. So that is the answer to your question. Why am I using all these terms?